Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. Something more to bring you. Good morning, Internet. Day 2 of summer school. So today I successfully administered my own stuff. Pretty cool. Right in the right butt cheek. So a buddy of mine called me last night. I think I mentioned it. I've done HVAC before I said screw that and started bus driving. And so my buddy hits me up last night, says, yo dude, my looks like my thing is leaking. There's water all over the floor and all this other shit. So after I take my kids to school, we're gonna go over to his house and we are going to take a look at it. Now luckily he doesn't work today. I think he has Monday and Tuesdays off. I need to make it quick because I also am going to the gym straight after. So now this guy likes to talk. Kendall, if you're watching this, bro, I love you, man. Golly, you got the gift of gab more than I do, bud. So yeah, and then we're gonna hit. I was thinking about doing arm day. I don't know. My hammies are a little bit tight. But I think we'll do arms. I was thinking of maybe doing legs. But I like to slaughter myself all in one day. Now I could do hamstrings and then just do like squats tomorrow. You know what I mean? Squats with like leg extensions tomorrow. But I really don't know. It's a little bit of a wrench in my plan. When I'm still sore from 4 or 5 days ago. But yeah, what are you gonna do? So first things first this morning, we're gonna run over to Toad's. And we're gonna go and get us a, I don't know if he's waving at me or not, but we waved to him. We're gonna go get us a breakfast burrito. Now I'm hoping they have the 3 meat. If not, we'll get the Southwest. No, the country, not the Southwest. The Southwest has that watery tomato I don't like. They call it salsa, but it ain't. If you from Southern California, or anywhere in California, but mostly Southern California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, you know what salsa really is. Up here they have this thing that they like to call salsa, but it's just tomatoes, dude. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do first thing. We're gonna go to the barn, consume said burrito, and yeah, make this a good day. Start it off right. You know what my favorite thing about summer is all these giant freaking bugs everywhere. So I was putting my helmet on this morning, and I don't know how, because my helmet was inside all night. It lays down on the collar, so it's not like, or cowl, whatever you want to call that. So it's not like this bug could have gotten in there overnight. There's a giant, and I mean the biggest one I've seen in a hot minute. It was probably that big. Mosquito eater in my helmet. And so that was pleasant. Not to mention all the little like flies and gnats and just obnoxious. Now if I haven't said it before, I'll say it now. If you live anywhere remotely in the country where there's some farms, wear long sleeves if you're gonna ride, or just get used to getting peppered with bugs, man, because they're out here, bro, in force. My wife asked me not too long ago. I had this giant bruise just to the left of one of my nipples. She's like, what the fuck is that, Drew? And I'm like, I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. And then it dawned on me, like the next day or some time after, when I got hit by a beetle straight in the freaking sternum. It dawned on me that, oh, that was a bug. Just hit me right in the freaking titty. So, if you ride motorcycles, that's always a way out, guys. If you're out there being nefarious and getting hickeys from these bitches, it's a beetle hit you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, gotcha. I got your back, boy. I've had beetles. I don't know what it is. There's like I don't know. It's got to be like a certain, I almost called it a brand. We'll just go with that. There's got to be a certain brand of beetle that's just inherently toxic or something, because I hit one and there's no way it had time to bite me or anything, because it was so instant. Left this giant, almost like a spider bite on my arm. It's like, what the fuck? And then another time, this is like a twofer within a couple of seconds of each other. I had one hit me right on my right thigh and then one on my left collarbone, and they both did the same thing. Like, what the hell? So I'm wondering if their carapace is like breaking skin, right? They're an armored shell, and then their guts or something are pushed into it, which causes this painful, itchy, swelly reaction. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But, man, nature's weird, huh? You know what drives me crazy, but just blows me away is the stick beetle and those leaf things. So you got the stick bug, call it the beetle. Stick bug, it evolved to look like a stick. How? And then there's the ones that look like leaves. Their butts look like leaves. It's like, how did that even happen? How does nature evolve you to that point? Like, oh, we're just gonna look like leaves. What the fuck? How? There's that one snake. It's the end of its tail. It whips it around because it looks like a spider. Like, how the fuck did that happen? Or there's an ant that mimics a jumping spider. Looks the same. Looks just like a jumping spider. You know, the ones in your house, the cute ones. They jump around. They put their little antennas up. I don't get it, dude. I don't understand. Yeah, millions of years, sure. But god dang, it's just bizarre. It's just crazy to me. Anyway, let's jump in here, grab a burrito, call it a morning. All right. Man, you know, I'm excited for today. Oh, I forgot to mention. Today I get my chin cam, or chin mount. That's awesome. Look, I'm not one that really gives a crap about whatever other people think about me or my appearance or anything like that. I'm not a slob or nothing. But anyway, I'm walking around with my chest rig on. You know, I've done it when I went into Ace Hardware the other day. I went and done it just now. And man, it gets questions. And you know, I don't mind answering questions for people. I just don't. Like in the morning, I'm waking up. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to my wife and me. I'm not firing on my cylinders yet. You know. I mean, I'm cold cranking right now. You know, I'm turning, but I'm not on my own. If that makes sense. So. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people are like, what's going on with that? What's on your chest? Like, oh, it's a GoPro. Now, I don't tell people like, oh, I make YouTube videos for no one to watch. But I tell them, and this is true, that it's more of just, you know, it's a safety thing. It's the dash cam. And it's true, it is. It's just a dash cam that I can talk to and be friends with. So, yeah. Yeah, anyway. So we're gonna go have a great morning. We're gonna go pick up our kids. I finally got the wheelchair ramp figured out, or the wheelchair lift on my bus figured out. So that's a bonus. That's a plus. Wheelchair dad's cool. Wheelchair kid's cool. I picked up these three brothers. Oh my god! If you've ever driven a school bus or done any sort of teaching with adolescent brother, I've never been. I mean, I'm not annoyed. Thank God. I was last year when I first started doing this because I wasn't quite sure what to expect with some of these kids. Man, can they be annoying. But brothers, twins are almost worse. I had two sets of twins last year. And oh my god, they're annoying. They've got this constant, you know, I'm a brother to a sister who's 3 years my younger. And everything was fine, I guess. I don't really remember much from my childhood. I didn't really have a great one. It wasn't like abusive and nasty, but I don't remember much. Nothing really to remember. But these boys, man, they just have to outdo each other all the time. Let's say they did this yesterday. One kid slaps the chair. Well, the next one wants to slap it harder. See, I can do that harder, make a louder sound. They're almost just like primates. And God, I mean, I don't want to discourage boys from being boys. You know, if you start yelling back there at the top of your lungs, shut the hell up. You know, I don't tolerate that. You know, because I guarantee you I can yell way louder. And if you're going to make my ears ring, I'm going to make your ears ring. But, you know, you gotta, as an adult who's mellowed out, you gotta remember that these boys are growing up and you cannot stunt their growth as boys. Boys will be boys. Girls will be girls. Have you noticed? Boys are always loud and rambunctious. Girls are always quiet and reserved. Not always, but generally speaking. Let the boys be boys. Let them do their stupid crap. Let them do it while they're young and weak. So that way they don't do the same thing when they get old, when they're strong. So for example, hitting. You know, I'm not saying let them, but don't completely stifle it out. You know, let them fight. If they got to fight, let them fight it out. It's better when they're young. And you know what? As boys, we make a lot of our friends after fights. I don't know about you, but most of my good friends that I had growing up kicked my ass. You know? So, anyway, we'll talk more about that later, if I remember. I'll try to remember how boys and girls are different. Oh yeah. What's up, motherfuckers? So, I know I had like a talking point I wanted to hit after my morning route, but we're gonna go on like a little bit of a side tangent first. So before I went to the gym, I went to a buddy's house. They called me last night. I think did I talk about it this morning? I don't remember. So anyway, he calls me last night. I used to do HVAC for 7-8 years, and he's like, dude, my ductless heat pump in the hallway and great room is leaking water out the back, and so he's got these vaulted ceilings, and man, so after I got back, I went up into his house and took a look at it. Man, craftsmanship these days is so sloppy, dude. So the guys that installed it, the drain coming out of the back of the indoor unit was held onto the PVC drain using just electrical tape. And the PVC drain, like the lines, 3/4 inch PVC, it was bowed, it was bent. Now, if you know anything about PVC or anything really, you bend something, it has the urge to bend back unless it's like properly bent. Well, you can't bend PVC like you can bend metal, right? So you have a metal conduit with electricity. Well, you can bend that, but you can't bend the PVC. It's just going to go back, especially in the heat. I mean, maybe you can, but it's just not something that's done in the HVAC world. I've never seen it. And so, so that electrical tape that was holding it on, tape in heat, that adhesive gets really malleable, and so the damn adhesive on the electrical tape let go, and so now he's got hopefully not more than a couple $100 worth of water damage, but he's got water damage now. He's a pretty astute dude, so luckily he found it quick. Otherwise, we're talking now about a whole remodel in a room. So just if you do install work, if you're any sort of tradesman, look, I understand, dude. I've been there and done that, but at the end of the day, it makes you look bad. It makes the company look bad. Which I'm not carrying water for any company. Honestly, I think the companies they're greedy, especially HVAC. Holy crap, dude! They just charge an arm and a leg, and they don't need to, man. The profits are insanely high. I get it. I ran my own business for a little bit, and I was just like, it's insane the quotes I would be competing with. I'm like, no, dude, I can do that for a fraction of the price. I don't need $1,000 overhead. Like, that's insane. I just noticed my rear brake light wire just popped off. We'll take care of that later. So anyway, I got up into his attic. There's about 100 and something up there. If you're going into an attic, can I give you a little piece of advice? Put on either a Tyvek suit or get a hoodie and some sweatpants on. I didn't bring a Tyvek. I didn't know what we were looking at, and I don't have any of these HVAC tools anymore. So I just threw on my sweatpants and my hoodie. So they're covered in insulation right now. But that's going to protect you from the fiberglass getting all up in your skin. But it's also going to help you battle the heat. If it's 180 degrees up in there, your body is your core temperature is just going to climb really, really fast. That's why you see like a lot of roofers or asphalt dudes out, they're out in the freaking dang sun all day in the heat on the blacktop, or they're on the roof on a black roof. It's freaking damn hot. Now they're not just wearing those long sleeve and jeans for shits and giggles. It protects against just nasty. It's getting all up in your skin. It gets in there, bro. Especially fiberglass insulation. If you've ever touched had an old fiberglass ladder and put your bare arm against it, you've got fiberglass stuck in that arm the whole day. So, But yeah, it helps you keep your core temperature down by creating a barrier, an air barrier between that 180 degree attic and yourself. So because there's no breeze up there, You know, you're gonna sweat. So another thing on that is if you know you're about to do some extreme heat stuff, grab either an electrolyte powder, right? Not a Gatorade, but an electrolyte supplement. That my same buddy that gave me one, I don't remember what it was called. Element. It's LMNT. Element. I don't know if I liked that. I get it. Yeah, no, I did like it. For what it is, I liked it. It was a chili mango flavor, and it reminded me of Lucas. If you're from SoCal or any of the states where you have a huge Hispanic population, you've got Lucas. It's like a salty candy. You know, it's almost like you like lick your right here, and you pour it right there, and you can lick it, or you can just pour it in your mouth. It's like this little candy, salty and spicy. I don't think it's spicy, but anyway. Or what you can do is you can just grab a thing of table salt, throw that in your mouth. I used to keep, you know, McDonald's breakfast, those little salt packets that they give you. I would grab a handful of those, and I would always have those in my van. And you know, if I knew I was about to go into an attic or something like that, I would throw that back, and you slam some water with it, because you're gonna need some water retention, and you're gonna need to replace the lost sodium, the lost electrolyte from what you're doing. So you might as well get on it, you know, so that way while you're losing it, your body's metabolizing what you just consumed, right? So that's going to stave off the cramping, the dehydration, the hopefully, but possibly even this, hopefully not, but heat stroke even. Now you can't like battle against heat stroke just like that, but it's going to help you. It's going to help you a lot. Now, heat stroke's a whole nother matter. We might go into something like that later, but yeah. So if you're a tradie out there, I know it's summertime, you're up in the attics, be careful, my dude. You know, there's a guy in Texas, what, 4 years ago, ended up passing out in an attic. He died up there. It's about a 190, 200 degree attic. So, oh, and also, you know what? Don't be afraid to tell your client no. I've done it. You know, it took me a long time to not just build up the courage, but understand that, sorry, but my body and my well-being supersedes your issue in importance. So let's say you've got, you know, some issue, you got to work on someone's AC or whatever. It's in an attic. Well, the attic is ridiculously hot. Hey, dude, it's not safe. Like, you wouldn't walk across a wooden plank in between two buildings just to get a job done for $20-something an hour, right? Hell fucking no. So don't be afraid to tell your client, sorry, ma'am, sir, you know, the conditions are just not safe at the moment, and I'd be more than happy to come back. It has to be in the morning, and make sure you tell your stupid ass dispatcher, this can only be done in the morning or I will die. I've done that, and then they'll send you back on the freaking 5th of July and it's a 9,000 degree day. No. Hey, dumb fuck, I told you I'm not doing this in the afternoon. So anyway, be safe out there. Make sure you hydrate or die. Throw some salt back. Have a good amount of sodium in your day. Not too much. I'd rather you have more than less. If you're in the trades. If you're just an office worker, shut up, drink your water, eat your lunch. You're fine with what you got. All right. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys on the flip side.